Hey, young America, we need to talk. You may think this is uncool. You may even think it is bogus. But I want to tell you about something that has everyone buzzing. Something that concerns mature boys and girls just like you. Something called grassroots.
All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Grassroots Podcast. My name is Erin Ashley Simon.
And this is Killabh. I'm trying to be
And welcome.
Wrap it up. That's the sign for the wrap it up. That finger, right? I'll be tuned into it. When y'all do this, if I talk too much, let's go.
And welcome to another episode of Grassroots Podcast, where it's not just about where you're going, where you currently are, but it's also about where you came from. You guys already heard our guest that's here. I'm just gonna let him introduce himself already.
Yeah. This is a grassroots first where we don't get to introduce the guest. The guest just butts in. So
I know.
Introduce yourself.
Hey, how y'all doing out there, everybody? This is Denzel Washington, and I'm glad y'all tuned in today. You know, we're gonna give y'all a good interview today.
So for those that don't know, it's not Denzel Washington. It is actually none other than Redman. Thank you for joining us. How was your trip in, all right?
It was good. Cool,
cool,
a little traffic, but it was cool.
All right.
Smoked a blunt on the way.
Oh, well.
I see you got bud up there. I see you. That's what's up. Shit.
Yeah, he got like a bud alert. Like he got bud vision. He's like,
Bud
whoop.
sensor.
He's like,
bud alert.
I see bud right there.
My shit tuned in. No, I seen that shit when I walked in the room. I seen that before I met people. I was like, all right, he got the bud. We in the right place.
Oh man. But what's up with you, Redman? Like, what you got going on? Like, how are you doing?
I'm all right. You know, I'm good. You know what? I wake up healthy, and that's enough. Mm-hmm. When I can wake up and appreciate that I don't have to wake up and someone have to feed me or someone have to put me in a wheelchair or someone have to do things for me. That's enough. Yeah. And them babies I got is healthy, so you know, every day I get that feeling, man. I try to look at that as a inspiration when I get up, and my day be fine after that. You know.
How's the daddy role with being, you know, you're daddy by day, rapper by night. You got 5 kids, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How's that?
It's great because you know what? I learned to balance that like maybe 10 years ago on a business and being, because I'm a good dad. Like I raised kids before I had kids. Mm-hmm. Can you dig it? And I always been like not that kind of dad that have people take my kids to practice or, you know, just be the dad in the house and then I'm gone. No, I'm like full time. Like my schedule revolves around my kids, and they're at practice all week. So I learned that balance, and now that they keep me young, I learn a lot of things. I'm learning how to fucking use coupons.
What?
I want to learn how to use a coupon in a shopping store. I'm in that kind of level. Like,
oh, you're in full-fledged dad
yeah,
mode.
Yeah. You know what? Because I go in the shopping store, I'll be spending like $400. I have like 8 items in the cart, and I'm not shopping correctly. So I'm at that level of, you know, in daddiness mode to where I'm trying to learn coupons.
Are you at least on the Groupon level?
See, I didn't even know that was a group.
Oh, you are missing out.
I'm wilding right now, right? I'm wilding. You wilding, son. Not even put me on that brand.
I got you.
What you doing?
Now, like Groupon is like essentially kind of like coupons, but it's more sort of like the virtual form. So like if you want to take your kids to like a special place to play or go to the spa or anything like that, they got Groupons that can show you who has sales and everything going around where you live. So you can take your kids and have fun and have it be cheap fun too.
Wow. I'm with saving money.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's the move. I would go for it. I use it for everything. Trust me.
That's right.
But I mean, so let's get into it. So, you know, for those that don't know, I mean, you're what I call a renaissance man of rap, meaning you've done everything from music to acting to executive producing to producing. You've done pretty much everything. But for those that are ignorant to that, who is Redman?
Good fucking question. Redman is I would say an all around rounded artist that I don't know, that likes to don't like to be in the box. Like even when I got down with EPMD, my way of surviving in this game all these years was going left when everybody went right. I'm not afraid to take challenges in music. Music is my life. This is what I do. So my fans, my core fans that know me, they know me for being the guy that brings a more fun out the game that I'm doing, rap, not just street rap and telling my story about what I did in life. Everybody got a past life where they did dirt, but I don't really rely on that as my character. My character is all the way rounded. I could do a movie over here and still come back and do Muddy Waters 2 and still be accepted. Where a lot of artists, where they go over here, veer to the movie scene, they don't really get back accepted. You know what I'm saying? So me and my boy Meth, we've been blessed to be, you know what, to put a word on who I am and even who my crew is, like far as Meth, what we built, we're like the blue collar workers of rap. We the people's champion. When people come around us, they feel comfortable. They don't feel intimidated. They don't feel intimidated to talk. They feel at home. They get what they see in a movie. They get what they hear on a record. So they get 100 total% me, my character. So I would say we like the blue collar dudes of rap.
And I get that too, because even when you put out records, I mean, I've followed you for God knows how long. I'm sure everyone in this room has. And you're one of the people where you never really relied on a lot of the things that you've done in the past. You've been a very kind of happy-go-lucky rapper that just can rap his ass off and still just be himself when he's away from the mic. That's rare. You know what I'm saying? For you to... Do you even hold yourself to such a high regard? I don't know.
No, I don't.
That's the thing I always wondered, and I've known you for a while, but... I know people that hold you so high regard. I know I do, and I know Erin does. A lot of people do. But I mean, do you put yourself in that legend bracket the way everyone else does? Like,
no. Good fucking question, bro. This fucking guy. That's why he's my boy. You know what? I don't. I don't for a reason because I ain't asked for it. Because I started out as a DJ. Like, I ain't expect none of this at all. I ain't expect to be like one of the top 10 for all these years. And I just love what I do. So I'm very humble on when people say, yo, you don't know what you did, or you've been in my top 2, my top 5. And even when well-known artists come up to me and let me know, my strength in the game, I'll be like, wow, I've really been putting in work. And only thing I've been doing is just enjoying my craft, enjoying this game for what it is. So, yeah, you're right. I don't.
So is it specifically like that mindset that helped to keep the longevity of your career? Because I mean, I was fairly young when you were really out. Like I was probably like 5 years old or anything. But I do have I do have family members. My uncle's cousin is Scoop from DOS Effect. So like I've heard about the rap scene back then. I grew up with rap and everything like that. But, there's very few rappers from back then that are still doing what they do on a high level. So, how are you able to keep that longevity?
Ooh, good fucking question.
Ding, ding, ding. Yo, we gotta put a sound for every good question.
Good question. Hey, you know what? I surround... there are artists that it's a lot of artists that came out in my era that's not surviving, and there's some that's still surviving. And how I did it is, I guess, my circle, my crew, from Eric Sermon to Keith Murray, to Mev, to anybody out the Woo, even my immediate circle, my dudes I grew up with around my way in Newark. I only thing I could say for that is it's a blessing. It's a blessing that God, put me on the right path to balance, to have that balance, to not go so far to the top where I ain't got nowhere to go, where only where I have to go is down, and so low till I can't even reach. I'm like still in that boundary of winning.
Yeah.
I still have room to win. Am I doing fine now? I'm doing great now. Like, long as my bills is paid, and my kids are healthy, like I said earlier, I'm great. I still have room to grow. So I think that's what brings that kind of balance of how am I still levitating in this game, how I still got this, how I'm still relevant in this game, because I still have room to grow. Like, my fans are, shout out, I love my fucking fans. Shout out to all my fucking fans, because they keep me rooted too. Mm-hmm. They are some tight, jealous, overprotective motherfuckers over me.
A cult?
Yeah, they love, if I tap out and they don't give a fuck who it is. I could say, I want to do a song with this person. They be like, No, I tried to tap into something like a little music. They was like, Red, you dope, but no. We love you, but no. I immediately turned that shit off. I listen to my fans. So my fans keep me grounded as well. They let me know the real. They help me spread the word on who I am. When I drop shit, when I drop a freestyle, they circulate that shit, because they like to brag. They be like, yo, we know who your favorite rapper is, but you see my favorite rapper still been banging since 92. Mm-hmm. So we still rocking over here. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So my cult and who we are is still rocking. They feel that energy. They feel, even though he's older now, but he's still shutting niggas down in the BET cipher, and he's still going. So my whole circle, my whole area, my crew, my immediate crew, they keep me grounded, and that's why I'm still here talking with you.
So it's interesting that when we were talking about longevity, you brought up saying, like, if my kids are good, if I'm good, everything's good. So, how has your perception or your definition of success changed over time? Because even with Jay-Z and 444 and everything like that, like, you could tell his mindset, his perception has changed as he has grown. Yeah. So as an artist that's been around for quite a long time, how has your perception or definition of success changed?
That's a good fucking question.
It's a fucking great question. You know what? Yeah, great question. Because I even question myself on that. Like, when I hear, like, my peers that I came in the game with on what they talking about now in the record. Jay-Z is fucking rich, man. He, what the fuck he's gonna talk about, man? He can't talk about the streets no more.
Yeah, that's true.
He can't talk about what he can do, which is a smart man, and what I do myself, and which I still do, that really hasn't changed. My perception really hasn't changed, because I'm still kind of here. Like, I can go out and sell 2 pounds and it won't be nothing. I can go out and sell 2 pounds to two motherfuckers I used to sell shit to, and they still look at it like, oh shit, nigga, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. And it won't be nothing. That's how still grounded I am, because I ain't rich. Bottom line, I'm not rich. Mm-hmm. So I could still talk about level of shit that, maybe Jay-Z can't talk about, because I'm still here. Like, I'm still at a place where anything can happen. Where I'm walking with my kids, I could get tested. I could be walking to the store. I'm usually by myself. I never had a bodyguard in my life. Mm-hmm. So I could still talk about being grounded, walking around Manhattan, walking uptown on 145th. I still do that because, I don't know, that's the kind of guy I am. So my perception of the game now from what I used to talk about is just like, hey, hustle up yourself. I hustle myself through this rap game. I hustle my talent. I don't hustle weed or bullshit no more. I hustle my talent. So I kind of switched that into there, and I try to show the young people this is how I do it. Not even through the words, through my little Instagram drops or anything I do. They just get inspired. They be like, yo, this nigga working. So that builds up hype for the album. It builds up my perception on how I survive in the game, and which is just strictly, basically, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Like, cause sometimes, motherfuckers talk around you like it's big business. Like, motherfuckers get around you and, they try to talk big words and shit. Like, okay, I don't know what they talking about, but I use my same outlook in everything I do, business, whatever. like the drug game. You can't come out on the block unless you had a raw. If you ain't got that good, they gonna run your ass back in there. If you ain't got good, you ain't getting no sales. All right? You are the motherfucking distributor of your shit. You know how it move. You know what kind of money you supposed to get back. Same thing of the rap game. You know what kind of music you got to put out there. You know you doing bullshit. You know you got to tune that crack up and get the motherfuckers eardrums. Give motherfuckers eargasms. If you ain't giving them eargasms, take that shit back in because you going to get ran off the block by real MCs like me, Jadakiss, fucking Meth. We out here. We still out here. So everything is just like the drug game to me, and that's how I use that. I implement that into this business and keep that shit rolling.
Yeah.
Nothing different.
I think, and I'm assuming that's what's prompted you to post a video, which I thought was inspiring, because I just remember you being in the studio and you were like, look, the place is fucked up. There's a cardboard box, but guess what? I'm working. And while I didn't see like one bad comment, everybody was like, yo, that's some real shit. Like, he's just in the studio working. He don't give a fuck about nothing, like just recording. And I think that's dope. And I think that's one of those things where it's full frontal, where you can't, I'm not bullshitting for the cameras. I'm not bullshitting for, the cliche things that rappers do. I'm in shit. I ain't washed. I'm just laying records out because I want to give y'all the best product. And I think that was admirable.
That's right. But you know what? What else about that too? That same clipping is that, first of all, like I said, man, my fans is cult, so they dedicated. So everybody knows that same place I showed on my IG is the same MTV crib that I had on MTV Crib. So they know I'm not bullshitting. They know the boarded up window. Somebody broke my window. It's cool. I had to board my shit up. All that shit that's in the house, they know that's my shit. It's not for show and tell, not to show that I'm gritty. It's not to show that I don't want to spend money. I like being, no, is they know that shit is real. So that's why people felt that shit, because it was kind of a message that I was giving out to people I know. It was kind of a little shot, because I love them. I wanted to show them like, no, I'm not living in no glamorous shit. My family got a glamorous shit. My kids live in glamorous shit. Yes, they drive the big shit. They live in a glamorous house. Me, I prefer this, and my fans really know that. And when I did that dropping on IG and shit, it was to let a couple of motherfuckers know that's in my immediate circle, like, yo, listen, nigga, I got this right here, but I'm fucking working, bruh. I ain't out driving like y'all niggas. I don't drive no hot cars or whatever. My car out there, I had that shit since 2002. Do I got money to go buy any car I want right now? Hell yeah. But I drive my pop's piece of shit truck. He's a Vietnam vet, and he got a Vietnam vet tag on the back.
Salute.
So when I drive and cops see that tag, they be like, "Let me leave this nigga. Bro. I ain't gonna get nothing out of him but yelling and problems." So yeah, everything is grounded. My cult know I'm grounded, and that was real. That's why it was a good inspiration.
I have a curious question. There's a lot of young new rappers and young new artists, and a lot of times it's what's
Some of it good, some of it's good, some of it's good. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, not even like addressing their music, but just like how when artists, and it's not even artists, even like when players get drafted into the NBA, like they like to get the glitz and the glam. But for you're saying like, nah, you're comfortable being in the position you are in.
Absolutely.
Now, for those who kind of look at those young artists and negatively talk about like, yo, why are you getting this Rolex? Why are you spending money on this? Why aren't you giving money to your family? And this, that. I want to know from someone who was in that experience in life where you were making money, where you could have spent it, you might have spent it on some jewelries, and for you to tell your experience for people who will look at these young kids now and look at it negatively, that they're buying like grills that are like $100,000 and crazy stuff like that.
Well, another good question. Both of y'all are fucking excellent. I love my Roots interview. I just want to let y'all know. For your question, look, hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Since the 80s, the money, as far as the money bracket of rap and having money, grossed. In the 80s they was buying Benzes and shit. And in the 90s we was buying Benzes. Then we moved to Bentleys and bigger shit and the Maybachs.
Wraiths
and then
and all that.
and then after that it came to the Lambos because the money progressed as the game grew. Every artist, especially that came from the street, every artist is gonna have a time where they just gonna be blowing money. All these young cats are young. They are young, and I look at them too. I'll be like, wow, the money bracket has really grown because they actually can spend like a meal on a chain and not even look at it. Where back then our chains wasn't even that much. It didn't even cost that much. So our bracket was low. But I look at it as now every artist will have their little time they gotta flash. I mean, I did it too. I ain't gonna lie. I had like 5 cars sitting around. I spent like maybe like $300,000 on rims, just rims on each car. Like when the spinners came out, I had spinners on 4 cars. And them shits was like $50,000 a piece. And you already know the work on it. Like I had them on like 4 or 5 cars. So yeah, we will go through that phase of spending money and glitz and glamour. But then it's like you come to a point to where you really need it. And me, I came to a point real early. Like actually, you can ask Kevin Lowndes, Leo Cohen, any of them. Like when I dropped my shit, I was tight in the ass with my money. I ain't give a fuck about that. And then like around my 3rd album, when I started going to the gym and started, getting into me.
Feeling good.
Yeah, I started feeling stuff. I was like 26. I was like, all right, you know what? Let me go blow some of the, because they used to say Redman is one of the tightest Jewish rappers in the game back in the day. Because I still had money from EPMD. But I started blowing it, and I was like, wow, shit can get real. And then shit did get real a couple of times. And now I have a better outlook that I never was an artist that was looked at or was accepted because of what I rocked. I wasn't, I don't dress. I wasn't never jeweled up to be like, yo, that nigga always on board. Nah, they just respected me for the rhymes and me bodying shit. So I just left it at that.
Do you also feel like what contributes to it is also the different revenue streams? Like the revenue streams now is very much different from how it was
Very
before.
different, yeah.
Like even like, so the job that I work at, we interviewed Irv Gotti, and he was like, the late 90s, early 2000s, or up to mid 2000s, there was never a time where guys like him that are from the hood were making more money. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. The revenue stream is, first of all, you got the internet. You got so many revenue streams that these artists can make money on. Like you can make $1 million on YouTube or doing the right thing through your social media. We never had that. We really just had that. Our revenue stream was either we was getting a percentage of the records we sold or getting a deal. Because we ain't have none of that 360 deal crap back in the day. We got real deals, real bread. One thing I can say about us in the 90s that we got real bread. Like the record labels, everybody was family, so we was spending money. Like, the car services from, and us making money from the shows. We might make a little endorsement money from a couple of commercials that was going. It's not too much of a, it's more larger now, that base, but we had our little door openings, and basically our money was from shows and little percentage we got from the label and the deal money. We waited for that deal to come in. Once that deal came in, we know we get that advance, we moving. We concentrated in advances and publishing and show money. Now, man, you can get money from anywhere right now. You can start your website, you could go get your money through your YouTube. It's just so many revenues you can tap into. And I'm tapping into them as well, so yeah.
Good for you.
Now let me ask you. You're obviously comfortable in your own skin, just present day and things that you've been through. When you see like rappers, I guess, kind of stunting on the gram and flashing all his jewelry and things like that, do you start to feel like it's more repetitive than anything else, or it's not really organic at this point?
Yeah, it's not organic. That's why Jay had to talk about that money to the ear shit on this album, because I know he got tired of it, you know. And a lot of people took that to offense, but it is what it is. you know, like a lot of things is repetitive now. Even some of the music, most of the music, is just repetitive. The same look, the same jump. And these new artists know it because, you know, I talk to some of these new artists and some of these new artists be like, nah, man, we don't be on that shit. We fuck with niggas like y'all. We listen to y'all. Like, for example, like I fuck with the ASAP game heavy because they like, you know, even when me and Meth met him, man, they said, man, nah, man, we bump a couple of new nigga shit, but we still listen to the 90s shit. That's how we rocking. And a couple of artists came up to me like that too. Like, you know, yo, we know what's going on out here, but we still fuck with this shit over here, my nigga. Don't get it twisted. So, yeah, most of it's repetitive, but what are you gonna do? I think the radio need to bring balance to this shit. You know.
So I'm sorry, Brandon, but so how do you feel about the upcoming artists that show that they don't care about the rap history? Like they don't care about artists like you, and they said, you know, they were like, I don't listen to that music. That wasn't part of my era. So why do I have to really care about that? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I tell you what I do think about it. You know, I think it's bullshit. You know, I think you should know where you came from because it wasn't for us, y'all motherfuckers wouldn't be here. Well, that just shows the respect. Listen, 90s era is the middle. I always say we the middle babies of this shit. You know what I'm talking about? So, of course, we're going to be spoiled, and, of course, we're going to be the best because we respected who we came from. What I think about that, that's to each his own. You know, that person right there, whoever makes those statements, you'll see how far their career go. You'll see the level of respect people give them when they're circulating. You'll see how far it go. It won't go long. It won't go long. When you don't show respect, you won't get respect in your future because you're going to end up, these new artists are going to be in and out so fast when these other new artists wait till the new artists come in. After Yachty and all, wait till these little niggas, they're going to be looking at these niggas like, oh, them little young, tight clothes wearing ass niggas, we don't rock like that no more. Yeah. And they going to shut them out like real heavy. Like, nah, we don't wear dresses over here. Fuck them. We don't know what them era niggas was doing. And they gonna, and watch, you'll see. And they gonna feel that shit. And they gonna look back at they shit like, yeah, damn, we was wearing dresses and yo, we was wilding, right? Yo, so it's just like you're preparing. The 90s worked for the future. Like the 90s, I could say that, you know, besides us being respectful of the people before us, but we really opened the doors for the future the right way, the correct way. And that's what we expect the new era to do. Like we did our thing. We killed the game. And just because most of y'all motherfuckers suck out there with the shows and some of this music, we still have relevancy in y'all time, motherfucker. Like when we came out, when the 90s niggas came out, we made it hard for niggas to come back out. We made it hard for anybody before our era to come out, even though they was still swinging, but we was so flooded with shit. We made it hard. We made it hard for weak niggas to get in our game. We made it hard for motherfuckers wearing dresses to get in our game. We made it hard for even the era before us to really be coming back banging, even though they was, but it was just so flooded. But this new era now is like, yo, all right, y'all banging, but shit, man, even y'all new audience is tired of y'all motherfuckers. Even the young kids is tired of y'all motherfuckers right now. Even old white men that know rap tired of y'all motherfuckers right now. So it's like I sit back and watch, and I'm usually the guy that just let things play out. I don't never attack. I never say nothing because bottom line, this rap game opened doors for our culture, especially men like us, Brandon. Can you dig it? And then allow the anybody young to come in and provide for their family, provide for their kids, send their kids to school. So I can never diss the new era, but for your question, if they want to learn respect and want to get respect, they got to learn to grasp where they came from, man, just like we did. And you'll see the game would be better for them, man. So I hope I wasn't too long. Y'all could cut and chop
No,
No,
some of that
was
shit.
perfect.
That
What
was
you
really
talking
good.
about? We like it
Chop
like
what
this.
y'all need. or
Nah,
whatever.
that's perfect. But I mean, just touching on what you're saying, respect is important. You know what I mean? And I think that them knowing where they came from, their origin based off of you guys, is important for them to know. So I mean, who is somebody that you come up with listening to and you've been inspired by, and you kind of said, damn, I want to reach that height or touch fans the way that they have at some point in my career.
God damn, Brandon. Shit. You know what? Fucking good question. Who do I admire right now in the motherfucking game? In the rap game?
It could be music, because music is universal.
Music,
So,
yeah,
so-
absolutely. Fucking good question. Wait a minute, let me look on my iPod here. You know what? Only person I can really. It's a lot of people I could say. I mean, like honestly, for me, like when I see my peers still doing it, Brand. Mm-hmm. When I bump into, if I bump into Jay-Z, even if I run into Naz, even if I see anybody in my peers that's still moving, I get inspired. Mm-hmm. Like I run into De La Soul. Nigga, I ran into Kane Gold Kid from UTFO. And when he said, yeah, no, I'm touring, I said, God damn. I said, I got some more years to go. Honestly, like we're on some real shit. When I see my peers before me, like Big Daddy King, when I see Rakim on the gram, when I see EPMD still on the shows, I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers came out in 88 and they still moving. Nigga, when I see Gladys Knight on tour,
Yeah.
when I hear Gladys Knight on tour, I'm like, Gladys Knight is incredible, just to put that out there. Yeah. All these years, she still has the legs, the ass, the beauty, the look, the beautiful black skin, like she's been drinking water. I love Gladys Knight. And when I see her on tour and to hear her on tour, bruh, or I hear anybody on tour, even the stylistics, nigga, like I go to a city, I might be in town that night, I hear the stylistics is gonna be in town, I'll be like, yo, they might not be getting the same money as they get, but they're still relevant, moving. Not to our audience, but they still have shit going on in there. So I'm like, I get inspired from that. Yeah. I get inspired to knowing that I still have some years to go before I can say, all right, I don't want to be no 55-year-old rapper. Fuck that. Motherfucking Grandmaster Flash and them be rocking. Yeah. They still be touring. How I'ma sit here and put a lifeline on my career? I know I'm gonna be too old. Nah, fuck that, nigga. If I could pick up a mic at motherfucker 65 years old and shut that bitch down, I'ma be out there with a walker and a mic. Shutting that bitch down. Rolling out there on my shit, on a wheelchair, shutting it down. And that's my inspiration. That's my inspiration. Money's not the inspiration. Everybody know there's motherfuckers with money now that wish they had our health. There's motherfuckers with money now that wish they had my feet, my heart, my lung, my eyes. So I ain't worried about that. I'm good with that. But that part right there, Brent, is what gives me that inspiration to keep going. Seeing my peers, seeing the culture before me still moving. That's that respect that 90s had. Mm-hmm.
But all the people that you name, the reason why they're able to stay around is because they had classics. People, like, I don't think artists now are really focusing on classics. It's always like the new, the hottest, but you never hear classics. And I want to ask you, like, how hard is it to make a classic?
It's hard. Good question. It's fucking, you know what? It's hard when you try to make a good classic. You get in there in the studio, any producers in this bitch know when you say, all right, we're going to get in here and make a classic, that shit never goes. Mm-hmm. Even when a producer do a beat for you, he say, yo, I got it, and you hear it, and it's just like, yeah. And then the beat that they didn't concentrate on, you like, that is that shit. New artists right now, some of them do microwave music, like what's hot now, and it's in and out. Nigga, one day I was listening to the radio, and this was on Hot 97. This was just like a year and a half ago, my nigga. And they said, yo, we gonna go back. We gonna go back to a classic. I was like, oh, shit. And that motherfucker threw on Versace.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait, what?
Wait, we need that rewind.
Listen,
what?
yo, he said we're going back. That let me know how fast the game moves. These niggas don't even breathe. They time expectancy is this much. Like he said, and when I tell you this motherfucker said we going back, he said we going back. I'm thinking, all right, this motherfucker about to throw on some motherfucking leaders of the new school or some shit, some tribe or something. Cause that'd be dope if he gonna break right out this new shit and go into some shit like that. We're gonna go back, and that nigga doing Versace. I was like, yo, that is a classic. That's old right now. I just heard this 3 years ago.
I need to know what DJ that was.
Yo, listen. Yo, it was wild. It was wild, man. And we made timeless music.
Yeah.
Like, we made timeless music. We use samples. We use, most of our music is timeless because of samples we used, how the hooks was in the song, the feel good of the song. We had feel good music. We had this or this. Everything is what? One movement, up, down, bounce, right? There's no dynamics. So how could you have feel good music when every music is this?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers don't want to just do that all day. Even the audience, the young audience is going to get to a point, damn, that's the only thing we did was jump. We ain't have no step music like R. Kelly. We ain't have no R&B groups to give us that feel-good music to dance with a chick, to none of that. So their music now is just for the time, which is cool, which is generating them bread because they got outlets as far as the social media to work that. You know, and going back to your question too, along with them making that kind of music that's not timeless, is the radio. I blame a lot of shit on the radio, not giving them that balance, to show them you can do music like this and win, instead of just doing a one frame sound of music. The radio does that as well. And also we depended on good albums back in the day. Yeah, we depended on that. Now it's single driven.
Yep.
So when the producer comes to you and say, all right, I want a beat from you, what is he going to try to do? Is he going to try to just give you an album cut? Nah, that motherfucker going to try to give you the single so you can bounce, so he can get his publishing, so you can get your publishing, and it's all money driven. You got motherfuckers that ain't even drop an album yet. They just banging off singles.
Yeah.
Singles. So yeah, they're going to try to compete. Yeah, they want that MTV stage with everybody. Yeah, they want to be in that circle of saying, I'm that new nigga. So they on one frame of mind, and that's untimeless music. Yeah. Yep.
Now, speaking of untimeless music, when is Muddy Waters 2 coming out? Like, the first one obviously is a classic, and that's for the DJ out there that played the other record. That wasn't Muddy Waters is a classic body of work. Let's be clear on that.
That's right.
When is 2 coming out?
2 coming out as soon as I get finished paying these samples.
Okay.
All right, I ain't doing no Kickstarter, and I, even though I should, because you know, like a Kickstarter, you know, people think a Kickstarter just for motherfuckers who ain't got no money that can't do no. Nah, Kickstarter is just to invite fans that want to be a part of your project. You know, you got rich motherfuckers out there that got money that just want to spend. They like, what? I could be a part of Muddy Waters 2 and be in a video for this amount of money? That's a done deal. Yeah. So I was thinking about doing that, but I was like, nah, I'm going to stack my bread, hustle up, and pay for these samples. Like, for example, one of my songs, I'm using a James Brown sample. That song cost me 10 grand. One song cost me $9 grand.
And now you're doing this independent now, right?
Absolutely. So everything is out the pocket. I'm gonna drop singles this year, and I'm gonna drop the album in the springtime. So I want to promote it the right way because I'm gonna take it back to teasers. I'm gonna drop teasers like we used to do, and I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna just have fun with it. Because I am getting older, but I am smarter, and I work smarter instead of harder now. So I plan right. I try to schedule right now. Back in the day at Def Jam days, we was spoiled. We was just like, all right, fuck it, miss the album date, fuck it, push it back, not knowing that shit cost the money and all this shit. So I'm learning that. Sorry, anybody in the room that we gave problems on back in the day, but I learned that now being independent, and you'll get the album when it's done the correct way. And I would say the first beginning of the year, but I am dropping a lot of music this year before, the new year come in. So tune in.
All right, that's dope. Now,
and it's on InGroove too. It's distributed through InGroove.
Okay. Now, independency, what does that mean for you? You as long as I've known you, you've been signed to major label. You've had, great deals. What does that mean for you now, Redman, without a deal? Where's your mindset?
Sometimes it's a pain in the balls.
Yeah,
it is. But I'm learning. Sometimes you just gotta. Me and Meth was signed to Def Jam for like 19 years, my nigga. We just had our independency like maybe 5 years ago, 4 years ago. So we've been under the umbrella, like we've been just. That we was the babies. We was just like, all right, Redman. We left Def Jam. Like, they ain't even let us go. We left. We was like, it's our time now. Y'all getting flooded with the new artists, and y'all losing the control of y'all platform of how y'all ran things, we thought. So, the independent game right now, my nigga, is just, it's a great learning experience, but you have to be on your A game, and you have to know, one thing I can say, it allowed me to be a more businessman, because I always, even when I was under Def Jam, I never liked the middleman. Like, all right, if you was in my era, when how they used to do artists, we used to have to roll around with the fucking what's the motherfucker that take us around to the radio?
Promo?
Publicist?
Something like that. I forgot. Don't take this as a disrespect. But, when we roll around with somebody, it's just like, all right, here's the artist. Yeah, artist, this is so-and-so, and we have to, and then we go do the interview. All right, bye. All right, everybody take a picture, and then slap. Same routine, but now I'd like to do that. I was always the guy, that always like to come in myself. What's good, bro? How you doing? Let's go to work. Who you with? Nah, I'm by myself, bro. I don't have no manager with me. I do this. And they love that. So for new artists, that's a little tip to y'all and shit. A person, if your manager's there, cool. They are to introduce you. You go shake their hand. You reach out. Hi, how you doing? I'm so-and-so. Thank you for having me at your radio station. Thank you for having me here. I'm very appreciative of other people's business now and other people's time now. And I learned to kind of, if a person couldn't do this at this time, I learned the respect of saying, okay, when can we meet? Let's talk about it and get it. Just the whole business surrounding of taking care of business. I think I needed that, and that's what this independent game gave me. It gave me a sense of better business with people and communicating with people and respecting other people's time. That is, nigga, I don't let nobody fucking hit my phone during the day without saying good day.
That's
right,
true.
Brand?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I don't play that, because if I text you, brother, about something, about the studio, say, if I did something in the studio, I left my shit in the studio. If I hit you today, I'm gonna be like, good day, bro. How you? I left my shit in the studio last night. Is it there? Because everyone has a life. You have a life. You wake up, everyone has a life in here. They might got kids or bullshit that they deal with. So I kind of respect people time, and that's what this independent game gave me. And now that I have that, I don't let nobody disrespect my time, and I do better business. I do better business.
So another thing that people are kind of waiting for and have been talking about earlier this year is the sequel to How High, the movie. What's going on with that?
How High's been written. This between us. How High's been written, and we didn't like the script. So we got to send it back. It was a little political in the beginning. First of all, y'all know if we had say so on How High, that shit would have been out. We would have been on How High 3 or 4 right now. But for political reasons, it wasn't. But Universal decided they want to pick it back up. A company under Universal decided they wanted to pick it back up. I think it was Focus, maybe. They said they wanted to pick the movie back up. My boy Meth told me like 2 weeks ago that they wanted a new artist in it from the new game. I won't even tell y'all. I won't even blow this shit up because motherfuckers be like, no! Get the fuck out of here! I wouldn't even want to shut, so I'm going to keep my mouth closed on that. But I was like, what? I was like, nah, nigga. I said, let's just get on the writing. Let's work with the writers. Let's be hands-on with them. Let's, give them our ideas and let's get this script done. So, back to the question, How High 2 is being written. Hopefully, by next year, hopefully, by this time, we can be shooting next year. Or if not, I'm going to take the money out of my pocket and do it my goddamn self.
That would be dope.
That's...
And
Cheech and Chong style.
Hey, I mean, shoot, there have been movies on low budgets that have done tremendous. So.
Tremendous. Fuck yeah. Sit.
Yeah. I told you.
We was just getting into it, bro.
I know.
Right?
We're going to have to do a part 2.
We could listen.
Like, if y'all got any more questions, just let me know right now, man. Like, I'm also working with a young lady out of Atlanta, too, Miss Amber Lachey. She's young. She's, I'm helping my sister out with her. So I got to shout her out because she's part of the team. My boy Ready Rock, too. He's coming out with new music under Gilla House. My boy Runt Dog coming out with new music under Gilla House. But directing, my top goal, Brandon, you know what the fuck I want to do is my top goal, then I'm going to just end it.
Okay.
Besides me directing and coming out with different products.
By the way, we're back, guys.
Yeah, we're fucking back. We're not going no fucking where.
This ain't no secret. We're back.
This is grassroots with no grass. We need to be lighting the grass. But my top goal, I want to do, and I say that's it. And when I see it, I'm going to say, all right, I done conquered the world, is designing an open-toe high-heel sandal for women.
That's dope.
I love feet. Matter of fact, I'm going to be in Atlanta shooting a video. Me and Amber Lachey is going to be in Atlanta shooting a video. I'm having a feet off. I want women to come through. I'm going to let y'all know. Follow me on IG because I'm going to have some of the baddest feet come through for this video and some ugly ass feet coming through too. So y'all tune into my IG. I'll give y'all more information on that, but I'm shooting a video. I did a song called Fetish and it's with me and Amber Lachey, and it's just talking about women feet, and that's my goal. I want to design a high heel open toe sandal for women. And besides directing a porno, that's it.
Wait, well, what's the hashtag? Wait, what's the hashtag's going to be? Because we have all these challenges, like the mannequin challenge. What is it, like the open toe non-crusty challenge? What are you going to name it?
I don't know. No, what I'm going to do, because I'm going to have I got this shot I've been dreaming about, like this, because I want to direct. I take that shit serious. So I got this shot I want to do with feet that I've been planning for like 6 years. So I'm going to need like at least 20 beautiful feet. And then I'm going to need a couple of busted ass feet. I seen a lot of them out there too. So come on over. We got a spot for you called a toe away zone. I even started a website. My website is called Intonesia.
What?
And I ain't even started that yet. I haven't even tapped into that world yet. But it's called Intonesia. I'm going to have a calendar with just... My shit is going... Yo, I'm going to have a calendar with just some of the baddest feet, yo. Some of the baddest motherfucking feet. If I tell you my ideas, I have to kill you. But, yo, it's going to be fucking great. And my goal is to one day have my shoe on a beautiful feet of a star, like somebody bad like Beyonce just rocking my shoes. I'ma just shit a chicken right there, all over the floor. Just see it, be like, oh shit, she did it. Jesus, I done hit the top. And then everything else is going to be smooth sailing. I'm going to finish directing. I'm going to finish just doing this, building cars or whatever I want to do.
So are we gonna see you on QVC?
QVC?
Yeah, one of those like the TV shows where they sell like the
little
purses
infomercials
and bags, and
Oh,
they're just
no.
like, check out this new open toe shoe. And are you
I thought
gonna come?
QVC was like for like, yeah.
It's
Oh, the home shopping, yeah.
But they sell everything, dresses, like
Yeah,
all
everything.
that.
I thought it was like kind of for like, cheap shit. I don't want my shit.
No,
not at all.
they don't always sell cheap stuff.
They don't be having no Gucci shit on there.
Yeah, they do. At times they do.
Yeah.
They got expensive purses
Yeah,
sometimes.
expensive
They switch it
purses.
up. They make it diverse.
It's a higher end shopping network. It's just think of like those infomercials and shit. But this is a whole platform designed to
Yep.
just for shopping.
Dope. That's a good fucking idea then.
I got you.
That's a good idea. Yes, I would love to be a part of QVC. Sorry about that. Anybody from QVC listening, I would love to be a part of it because I seen it. And anytime I turn past QVC, I seen a little chain, a little item up there that was worth like $25 or something like that. So I never really tuned into the high end shit.
Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
Well, I mean, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first. That's right. Yo, remember, tune in. I'm trying to get that feet off in Atlanta. Women out there, if you got beautiful feet, come in. Please tune in on my IG, Redman Gilla, Redman Gilla, or on the Twitter at The Real Redman, or on my website, www.redmansworld.com for more information. Or you can, I meant to bring y'all a gift too. Like, I'm going to send it to y'all, too. I'm going to send y'all a little package from the store. I got a store in Staten Island, 827 Castleton Avenue. It's called Richmond Hood. We're a good lifestyle store. We've been in business for like 6 years. We started off the smallest. Now we're number one in Staten Island. We do a lot of events for the kids out there, a lot of skateboard
That's
events,
good.
and we're very communicative, and that's how we survive. So, next event I have, we invite
Yeah,
y'all.
definitely.
But I want to send y'all a package too, so make sure I get y'all, whatever,
Yeah.
and I send it out to y'all. And shout out to my squad, Def Squad. We just think about doing an album. Yeah, we just think about doing an album.
You ain't just gonna
What? You
slap
want
that
this for the end?
Yeah, I had to mention
in.
that.
You waiting for the
I'm
end.
trying to squeeze what I
know.
can right now,
Hold
bro.
on, I know you ain't hold out that for the end.
Yeah, come
I know.
on, bro. Like you I love Eric. Tell Eric to get his big ass up and let's get this
Yo.
shit going. Like I'm ready.
man.
I'm ready because the game is so open now. We have room. Like when I hear niggas like Rakim dropping an album, I'm like, man. Like what I said earlier about dudes still on shows, I hear older dudes, peers before me, dropping albums. They like, yeah, I'm dropping an album. I'm like, you're dropping an album? Like, yeah, I'm dropping my shit. Busta Rhymes, my nigga. I talked to him a week ago. He said, Red, I'm dropping my shit.
Yeah.
I said, oh no. Busta one of the only niggas I worry about. Busta is my nigga. He's my nigga I worry about, like, far as musically, because me and him work so hard. Like, I'm in a studio. This nigga's in the studio. And when I mean this nigga's in the studio, he in the studio. I'm in the studio. So when he say he dropping, I'm like, bro, this nigga is coming. And Busta don't give a fuck about who's out, what new niggas doing what.
He just does what he wants.
And that's how I am too. So tune in for Busta new shit. I don't know the name of it, but I know that motherfucker coming.
Dang, oh my God, that just makes me so excited because you got like Missy's back, you got Busta back, like,
That's what
yo,
needs
this
to
shit's
happen,
crazy.
though, yo.
Yeah.
We need people like y'all to just come back and just drop and show people what music really is. Not all this other shit, just bars.
Right.
Bars needs to come back across the board on every platform.
But we can't. But let's be fair. There are some new young artists that are dropping
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
bars.
Yeah,
though.
no.
Bars.
Yeah.
Major bars.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes,
There's
I fuck
a
with
few.
TDE.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
fuck with TDE.
100%,
I fuck with Cole.
Yeah.
Heavy. Yo, I fuck with Badass. Yo, I even fuck with Gunplay. Gunplay is my nigga from MMG.
Yeah.
Like I fuck with Ross. I fuck with Ross because Even though he's the new guy, but Ross loves this game.
Yeah, and also his production selection is amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
His songs, his selections. I did a couple of shows with Ross. That just shows that that the game is, we still here. Like, it was a couple of shows I did with Wayne. I'm a 90s nigga. I'm still banging with these niggas. And they'll tell you, Ross, I did a show with Ross overseas. The crowd talks. All right, I'm not worried about nobody. And we both was out there rocking. But at the end of the day, I got just as much, or if not more, how Ross performed. And it just goes to show where the world at right now. And Ross get busy. Ross loved this game. I fuck with that nigga since E album. I picked that nigga up to take him to E House one day. I picked him up from the train station, gave him bud, took him out to E House one day. E had every rapper you heard of in the wings in Atlanta. You forget E was in Atlanta before they was thinking about that shit. E was down there. He had everybody down there around him. And I ain't even know, because I was a young kid too. So when I even picked Ross up and took him to E House out there in Long Island. And now he's on stage. I'm still on stage with him. Rocking. From this day, from when I picked him up, he's still coming. I'm still here. So yeah, I respect a lot of new guys. A lot of new guys be bodying shit. But it ain't the masses to convince the average audience. Because like when you hear a regular young white man on the street say, this rap is garbage now. What happened to that? That at least, you got that right now. And like I said, when I run into some of these new artists that be having bars, they be like, yeah, man. Nah, we don't be fucking with that shit. We listen to y'all niggas. That's why we're rocking the way we rock. All these other, they don't be fucking with them. Even my son, listen, my kids range from 27. My oldest son is 27, and he think he's a young. And my youngest is the daughter. She's 13. All right, and my other son is 14. My son in college in Atlanta, he's 19. And my son in college in Virginia, he's 21. So I got all that range. And even they tell me, they be like, nah. Even my daughter be like, I listen to some of that pop, but you know what? Some of these young kids still listen to that 90s stuff. My son tell me, yeah, that music is for that radio kids. That's radio music, pop. We don't listen to that. We still listen to 90s shit. So when I run into ASAP and them, ASAP Ferg, and when they telling me, nah, we new niggas, but we bump y'all shit. We don't be bumping none of this new shit. So it back to your question, don't mean to get off subject, but it ain't enough in the masses of new niggas that spitting bars to make the audience believe the new game got this on lock.
Yeah.
When we came out, everybody on the block in my tier, from Boot Camp Click to Redman to Jay-Z to Biggie, we bodied shit. So yeah, we was bodying shit with lyrics and we was respected. It's not enough of them. It's not enough of them to say, yeah, we the new niggas like the 90s era, bodying with lyrics. We're not just bass and jump around in tight clothes and this and that. We got bars. It's not enough of them.
Yeah.
So, but it's enough of the other shit to make people believe like, yeah, they ain't got no bars.
Yeah, but there's people, I agree. There's definitely not enough. But the one thing that I'm observing is that it's starting to build and increase more. When you had A$AP Rocky that came on, then Ferg came on.
That's right.
Now another A$AP's about to come on, and they're all coming up. Then you got Dreamville. Was it JID? JID. You got TDE. That those groups are gonna start building and bringing more people in.
Absolutely.
I think it's gonna be a little bit slower because you have to like spoon feed people. It's like
Absolutely.
a little bit here, a little bit here. But I have a feeling like when J. Cole gets to a point where he's kind of like retired music, and when Kendrick does, all they're going to do is, all right, let's find these lyrical dope artists and boom, and just keep turning around, because TDE, what they've been doing is bananas. Bananas.
Well, let's talk about these new artists right quick that's giving that music and that feeling that you like.
All right.
All right. these new artists that you mentioned from TDE, J. Cole, Badass, none of these niggas use what?
Auto-tune.
Very good. Why do they stand out? Because when you throw their song on, you know who in the fuck they are. You ain't got to cipher who they are. When you go to a show, you're going to hear them. Presentation and presentation is so big with character when you're introducing yourself. If you're introducing yourself through an auto-tune, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
If everyone is doing auto-tune. That's why it seems like, to me, from the outside looking in, it seems like you have these dudes over here, and then you have J. Cole, TDE, and you can name them. It ain't like these gangs of dudes over here. You got these dudes over here, and you have Kendrick, J. Cole, Bad, all the niggas that's not using auto-tune over here. And these dudes are more respected to me. ASAP and them don't use too much auto-tune. They might use it in the hook or whatever, but they try to stay original. So these guys over here that you just mentioned, winning because they're not following I guess the thread and cloth of this era over here. They're like, fuck that.
They're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's a good point. Well, I mean,
And the fucking radio too, man. Let's not get off that.
No, I was gonna say, how do you think radio plays into that, though?
Bastards. Look, I hope y'all progress to be a big radio station, and so y'all can play the right music and balance, man. Because it's not our fault that in our era our DJs had balance. Okay, when they play our new shit, they play old shit. They play 80s shit. We have balance. For example, women now. We need more women rappers. Like in our era, we had, first of all, this motherfucking, we had Foxy Brown, Little Kim. We had the glamour. But them bitches was spitting bars.
Yeah.
Regardless. But our radio station also gave us Nefertiti.
Yeah.
Our radio stations also gave us Bahamadia.
Yeah.
You know, MC Lights. Everybody still had balance to show them ladies, yes, you can win over here with Rockin' the Hills, but you can also win over here being Afrocentric if you want. Yeah. Same thing with R&B. What happened to that neo soul we used to get?
Yeah.
Because radios used to play that Erica, that Jill Scott. You know, that neo soul feel, and we had balance. Yes, you can win doing Jodeci and R&B like this, but then you can win over here doing Afrocentric. We had balance. I guess that was a big thing in our day to play records that we learned from or that you hear samples from and you learn from the platform that we got our music from. Now everything is out the keyboard.
Yeah.
And if they do reach for a sample or whatever, it's not too rare, and the radio is not playing. You can't just say, turn on the radio right now and say, all right, I know I'm going to get 2 hours of new music, but I know at 6 o'clock, they taking that bitch back. Every day, not just at a certain point of a day or just on the weekend or on the mix show. I'm talking about major. Yeah. Major. We had balance, and I blame the radio as well with all this payment and getting paid and the record playing back to. If I get out my car and get in my goddamn car one more time and hear the same song within the same goddamn 10 minutes, I'm going to go up there and shoot somebody. That don't make no goddamn sense for me to get out my car, to go buy a blunt, sit down and talk to a nigga for 5 minutes and get back in my car and the same motherfucking song is on when there's so much talent out here that could be spreaded and showing people that, hey, it's different genres of music and different rappers that's winning right now, because there's tons of rappers out there that's doing it. Like it's plenty of rappers out there that's banging, but we're not tuned in because don't have enough money to get on that major that major platform. So yeah, the radio is just stringing them along right now. That's why everybody tuned in. Look how some big satellite radio got now. Why? Because motherfuckers want to hear some balance. They like, all right, if these bitches ain't gonna play what we hear, I'm gonna go over here and tune in to Who Kid or tune in to Shady 45 or listen to K Slade. We gonna go over here because these motherfuckers is playing curse words and they don't give a fuck about balance. They don't give a fuck about the new niggas, especially K Slade. K, that's my nigga. He don't give a fuck about nobody. If you ain't coming up there with the correct momentum or respect of this game, he don't give a fuck. He'll turn your shit right off, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need you here. And that's what we need in major radio stations. So,
and best believe, especially with the Grassroots podcast, Brandon and I were talking about having some of these upcoming artists tell their stories. If you want to talk about female rappers, keep your eye on this chick from Philly. Her name is Bree Steves.
Bree Steves?
She got bars. She is so good. I'm
She
telling you
got
right
more
now.
bars than Natalie did that?
She is
You know
good.
Natalie
I
did.
know who that is. See, I haven't heard enough from Bree Steves. I've only heard a few joints. I've only heard a few joints.
See, but maybe it's because like
Bree
I was
Steves.
able to hear certain stuff from her. She has like that versatility where she can go to like straight like just rapping, or she can get like the R&B where she's singing on the hook and a little bit like that. Like
She's definitely dope.
she's
dope.
really dope.
Yeah.
She's dope.
Who else was-
Shout out to Rhapsody too.
Look, I like Missy girl from Philly. Bam, 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 that's the name. Miss Jade. Remember Miss
Oh,
Jade?
Miss Jade,
Oh,
Miss Jade.
yes.
Yeah, what's up with Miss Jade? Miss Jade, what's good with you? I see you out there. We need you. Yo, it's another girl from Chicago too. I just like ran into her on a gram, man. Her name is Shy Candy.
Shy Candy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Shy Candy
yeah.
got bars.
She's dope.
Yes.
She's dope.
I gave her a couple of joints for her album too. Like we've been just reaching out, man. Her attitude is fabulous, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yo, she got bars. Yo, Candy, listen, don't worry about rapping on this trap shit to win. Yo, I'm telling you, if you just get some hard shit and spit, trust me, and have some songs that you can look good on and do your thing for the women. But if you just spit some bars and let loose, I'm telling you, you'll get that respect you need. Straight up. What do you think about the new what do you think about the female battle rappers though? Do you tune in?
I don't really tune in as much for whatever reason. For me, I used to be a big battle rap dude, and then it kind of lost its luster. I felt like it got so. Before it was like gritty, like I bought into it, and
female or the male or
both,
all in general?
both, all in general. And then
Wow.
it got to the point where I felt like it was more commercialized, where it's now this big thing where I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about it. I
Lost
don't.
that
They don't
8
even-
Mile feel.
Yeah, and also they
like-
don't even allow I feel like people don't even allow rappers to even do battle rapping. It's like, oh, they got a beef. It's like, no.
Yeah,
like
and that's the
this
thing.
is what hip hop is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a healthy competition. It don't mean it is a beef. Like you guys can battle it out and then be friends. But it's just like mainstream. I guess certain people, they're not used to that. So they're like, oh, Remy and Nicki are beefing. Nah, that is what hip hop is supposed to be. You're supposed to be like,
right.
you're the best. All right, let's go studio. Come on, song, rap,
That's right.
verse. Let's do it. Not like this Twitter finger crap that's
So
going
who
on.
won that battle?
Between who? Remy and I mean, if I'm being honest, I gotta go with Remy. I think I gotta go with Remy for a number of reasons. One, between the diss record, obviously, that was put out, the first one. I don't know why she put out the
Sheether?
second one. Sheether.
Yeah.
I don't know why she put out the second one. I can't speak on that. But
Yeah,
the first
not that
one,
one.
I'm good with. On top of it, y'all then show up to the same event, and then you're supposed to go on, be it Nicki's supposed to go on, and then you kind of don't go on just because now Remy bought out every female hip-hop legend known to man.
That's what happened?
Yes.
I ain't know about that.
Yes.
Well, tell me. School me.
At Summer Jam, she was scheduled to perform. Apparently,
Who?
I don't know if I
Nicki?
should say this. Well, it's fucking insider, but yeah. So apparently, Nicki was supposed to perform. Did not perform because prior to, Remy is there and she brings out everyone. She brings out Cardi B, MC Lyte, fucking Queen Latifah, Lady of Rage, just pretty much everyone. And then
Wow.
they're all
New and old.
Yeah, new and old, and are now championing her in the back of her while she's performing Sheether. So it's one of those things where, from what I heard, her counsel said, we're not going on.
Okay.
We can't go on. We can't go on like this. There's no way you can come out after that. which if I'm her counsel, you better thank her. Thank them, rather, because they saved you. But, yeah, I mean, I think that she is a little bit more aggressive. She's really with that culture of just battling. All right, you want to diss me? I'm going to put out a record. Now I'm waiting for your response. Not the, I think, especially with the 3 records that she dropped with Wayne and Drake, I don't think that made sense. In the climate of things, like it doesn't make sense, and I think that's why it kind of just boiled over. Were they great records?
You shouldn't be bringing other artists on. It's between you and that artist. That's it.
And I think that discredited her. You know what I mean? The records I think are great records.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think from a discredit aspect, it's a beef. You can't go bring in other people and think that you're going to make these radio records to be diss records. It doesn't work like that. It worked for Drake, obviously. It worked for Drake, but that's you in a different space. Drake is relevant in dropping consistency in records. You haven't done that in quite some time, so it kind of adds to the you need backup kind of feel.
Wow.
So
but not taking away from Nicki at all. It's just in that situation, it just felt like, Remy kept to the true core of hip hop with it. I think Nicki was a little too commercialized with it, and it's like, nah, you can't do that. You gotta bars for bars. You versus Remy. That's it. No one else. Don't bring Drake into it. Don't bring Wayne into it. Don't bring anyone. Just you two.
Hey, first of all, they need to just stop that shit. All right, there ain't enough women in the game for them two to ever be fighting anyway. They're young. They'll get over it. I just want to encourage more women. Please, more women come into the game, man. It's so much room. It is like y'all have so much fucking room to enter this hip hop game, R&B game, but you cannot follow what's going on. You have to veer left. You have to be creative. You have to be original to win. It's a little more harder for females to win in this rap game. But please, there's so much an open door. Like, encourage these females every time you talk. Yeah. Encourage these women to like make some songs, come out and know that they have room to make a living in this rap game, a real successful living too, if they do it right. Males too, if they do it right. It's just so goddamn.
It's both.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's clap it up for Redman. Thank you so much for being here.
She gave me the wrap it up voice. You heard her just now.
You know.
You see this shit?
It's independent. We gotta get out of the studio.
She got all right. Well, let's cover. You see this shit? You tried to get something extra, and there you go.
Listen, everything you said was golden.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you coming.
I appreciate you.
We definitely like we said, this platform is open for artists or anyone to speak their truth, to open up about their past, their present, their future, and anything. Yeah. Unfiltered, straightforward,
and unedited,
and unfucking edited.
That's what we're all about. So thank you, Redman, for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I'll be back whenever y'all need me.
Definitely. My name is Erin Ashley Simon,
and I'm Killabh Hall,
and I'm Redman in the building.
And thank you for tuning in to Grassroots Podcast.